And welcome aboard, folks. Steve Malzberg here. Joining me right now is Republican Congressman from the great state of New York, Lee Zeldin, member of the Financial Services and Foreign Affairs Committees. Hello, Congressman. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay. Lots going on in the world. A lot of it not good. Let's start with the situation with Russia. And we have, of course, our Navy shot down a Syrian jet a couple of days ago. Russia certainly didn't like that, said that all U.S. and coalition jets in the area would be targeted. And today they come within 5 feet, according to reports, of a U.S. recon jet over the Baltic. What's going on? How serious of an escalation is this?
Hopefully, it's something that everyone on both sides, both the United States as well as our adversaries in other nations, that while we're all taking seriously, is not one that escalates beyond here. It's important to understand that the enemies of our country, they don't respect weakness, they only respect strength. They were used to a foreign policy in Syria where the United States put red lines down, and then as they got crossed, there were no consequences. So with a new president, with a new administration, as we get tested in Syria, both in the country and by other nations with activities connected to the country, it's important that we take it seriously, we stand our ground, we let everyone know that we're not going to get messed with, and as we lay out what are red lines not to get crossed, that we enforce them effectively and consistently. But as far as how serious it is, I really hope that this doesn't get escalated beyond where it is, because there are obviously huge consequences and massive capabilities on both sides of this.
I got to tell you, for a country that wanted Donald Trump to win, and for a president that is such good friends with Putin and loves Russia so much, things could be better.
Yeah, that's certainly true. And as we look at a nation like Russia, I view them as our adversary, and Vladimir Putin is someone who believes that past leaders of his nation made mistakes in allowing the Soviet Union to disband. He is someone who would look to correct history and put it back together again. And they do meddle in nations. In Afghanistan with the Taliban, we're seeing it in Syria. The cyber attacks that are real, that have connections to Russia. We can't be naive at all in our approach to Russia, and understanding that Vladimir Putin doesn't even think just 1 or 2 steps at a time. He's the type of guy who's clever and thinks 5, 10, 15 steps ahead, and we need to be thinking even further ahead than he is, understanding that we have the greater country, we have the greater leverage and capability, and there's no reason for us to be outplayed on this complex 6,000 dimensional chessboard that is foreign affairs across the globe.